Ciao belli! These are B and Matt, and welcome to the channel where everything is gluten-free and authentically Italian. Our journey to Tastyland today brings us to Sorrento, a city in the southern part of Italy with a recipe that I'm 100% sure you will love. But first, theme song! Today's recipe, gnocchi alla Sorrentina, is one of the most tasty ever. Simple ingredients, but the result will absolutely leave you astonished. Matt will introduce us the ingredients.
For today's recipe, we need patate, potatoes, mix di farine, all-purpose gluten-free flour. For the sauce, we need pomodoro, tomato sauce, mozzarella cheese, parmigiano grattugiato, grated parmesan cheese, e basilico, basil.
Regarding the origin of this dish, let's go back to 1600. You may know that in the 17th century, potatoes were brought to Europe from the New World. These, as well as other ingredients, become the main element of our cuisine, as available for everyone. So, during this period, in Sorrento, a chef changed the typical way of cooking potatoes. After having studied the structure and consistency of these tubers, he decided to boil and mash them, and adding some water and flour, he began to knead. However, while he was kneading, he realized that the dough was too soft and the risk of breaking it was very high. So he decided to cut it in small pieces. Even the small pieces didn't allow him to work them properly, so he tried to cook them in the hot water, solving the problem. Everything worked well, but something was still missing, the perfect sauce. So he decided to flavor them with some tomato sauce, grated Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, and a leaf of fresh basil. So, this is the story of one of the most traditional and ancient recipes of our culinary heritage. Let's see how to make them. But first, I remind you that you will find ingredients for 4 people recipe at the end of this video. If you like the recipe, please remember to subscribe and give us a thumb up.
After you have boiled and peeled your potatoes, start to mash them well. Don't worry, you can use a potato masher. We used a fork, and it is right that you know the truth. The day of recording, we realized we didn't have one. But hopefully we remember how our grandmothers did, and so the solution was to fork. Very traditional, isn't it? Once you have mashed them all, start to add the gluten-free flour and combine together the 2 ingredients. While working the dough, continue to add the flour until exhausted. In this step, we suggest to add the flour every time you see that it is completely absorbed by the dough. And we also suggest to keep some flour on the working surface to avoid it sticking. Now that our dough is ready, put some flour, not too much, on the surface while we will work it, and take a little piece from it. Roll out the part into logs about 2 centimeters thick and cut them into pieces. Once you have done, let them rest on a tray. While the gnocchi are enjoying their moment of relax, put the water to boil and let's prepare the tomato sauce. In a pan, pour about 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and add 1 shallot. Cook it at medium flame and once golden, add the tomato sauce. To avoid wasting the sauce left in the bottle, we pour some water in it. We shake it as Shakira's hips and then add it into the pan. Mix everything together and add about 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 pinches of sugar to kill acidity given by the tomato, add some leaves of fresh basil and combine everything together. The sauce should cook for about 25 minutes. When the water starts to boil, add some salt and put our gnocchi. When you see that they are coming up, it means that they are cooked. So transfer them in the pan to absorb the sauce. Another pinch of salt is not too bad to be added. Now we have everything we need to start composing our dish. In a small oven crock, start to put a first layer of gnocchi. Then add the mozzarella cheese cut into pieces, a leaf of fresh basil, and the grated Parmesan cheese on top. Do this for about 2 or 3 times for each portion. Now, in the static oven at 250 degrees for about 5 to 10 minutes. And the result is a super tasty and magic recipe that you can't live without anymore. When I think about this recipe, my heart goes boom. Belli, with this recipe, I assure you a full day at Tastyland, 100% guaranteed. Buon appetito!